Values and attitudes. 2.1. Personal values definition and scope. Values are abstract ideals that guide a person's thinking and behavior across all situations. They are relatively stable over time and are influenced by childhood experiences, parents, and spiritual beliefs. Schwartz's value theory. Researcher Shalom Schwartz categorized values into two bipolar dimensions: self-transcendence, concern for others, versus self-enhancement, pursuit of own interests, and openness to change, independence and readiness for change, versus conservation, order, preservation, and resistance to change. Application. Managers can use this theory to better supervise workers by assigning tasks that align with an employee's core values, thereby reducing conflict and turnover. 2.2. Personal attitudes and their impact on behavior scope. Unlike values, which are global, personal attitudes are specific and relate to feelings or opinions about targeted people, places, or objects. Three components of attitudes. Attitudes consist of an affective component, I feel, a cognitive component, I believe, and a behavioral component, I intend. Cognitive dissonance. This is the psychological discomfort experienced when a person holds conflicting cognitions, ideas, values, or emotions, or when their behavior contradicts their attitudes. Eisen's theory of planned behavior. This model posits that a person's intention to engage in a behavior is the strongest predictor of that behavior. Intentions are driven by the person's attitude toward the behavior, subjective norms, social pressure, and perceived behavioral control. 2.3 Key workplace attitudes. Organizational commitment. This reflects the extent to which an individual identifies with an organization and commits to its goals. It leads to continued employment and greater motivation. Employee engagement, defined as employees giving their all at work, encompassing feelings of urgency, focus, intensity, and enthusiasm. Highly engaged workforces yield higher customer satisfaction, productivity, and profitability. Perceived organizational support, POS. This is the extent to which employees believe their company genuinely cares about their well-being and values their contributions. Positive POS leads to a norm of reciprocity, where employees return the favor with hard work and dedication. 2.4. The causes of job satisfaction. Definition: job satisfaction is an emotional response toward various facets of a job. 5. Predominant models. Need fulfillment. Satisfaction depends on whether the job allows an individual to fulfill their physiological or psychological needs. Met expectations. Satisfaction is the difference between what a person expects to receive from a job and what they actually receive. Value attainment. Satisfaction results when a job allows for the fulfillment of an individual's important values. Equity. Satisfaction rests on the perception of being treated fairly compared to others. Dispositional genetic components. Satisfaction is partly a function of stable personal traits and genetic factors. 2.5. Major correlates and consequences of job satisfaction. Attitudinal outcomes. Job satisfaction positively correlates with employee motivation and job involvement, while negatively correlating with withdrawal cognitions, thoughts about quitting, and perceived stress. Behavioral outcomes. It has a positive association with job performance and organizational citizenship behavior, voluntary acts that help the organization. It negatively correlates with counterproductive work behavior, harmful acts like theft or bullying, and employee turnover. Organizational outcomes. Aggregate job satisfaction across a company is positively associated with accounting/financial performance and customer service/satisfaction. Shareable educational guide, The Invisible Drivers of Workplace Success. The following content is designed as a comprehensive standalone article that you can share with peers, teams, or on professional networks to educate others on the practical realities of organizational behavior. The unseen engine of performance, navigating values, attitudes, and engagement. In the modern workplace, it is easy to become hyper-focused on hard metrics, revenue, operational efficiency, and technical competencies. However, the true engine of any successful organization operates beneath the surface. It is powered by the complex human elements of values, attitudes, and job satisfaction. When leaders and professionals understand how these psychological drivers work, they unlock the ability to foster profound engagement, reduce costly turnover, and elevate team performance. Here is a deep dive into the invisible forces shaping our work environments and how to harness them effectively.